Hello, my friends. My name is Unkie, and welcome back to another episode of Marrying Everyone in Harvestella. I had so much fun doing this the first time. It was just the funniest. Well, we've had some very funny moments here. I believe this is the save file that I want to load here on the channel doing this playthrough. This game is both unintentionally and very intentionally funny at times, and I do love the charm of the humor. But that was some of the funniest stuff. Marrying the unicorn, marrying the mayor was just a riot. It went exactly as you would have expected, and I loved it. We also married Azel in the last episode of Marrying Everyone, which was really touching and sweet. I believe, like most of us, absolutely adore Azel as a character, and it was really, really wonderful. So now we're going to continue on this journey of marrying everyone so that we can experience all of those marriage quests before we settle on our final in-game life partner. Now, okay, we'll go do this really quick. Have you decided on who your life partner is going to be? Don't forget, a relationship is a two-way street. If you haven't built that kind of connection with them yet, then there's no way it's going to work out. Just like the mayor said, you can only choose one person to be your life partner. Choose carefully. All right. So last time we did two characters that we would never ever marry, Mayor and Unicorn, and then we did a character that we'd absolutely marry. So we're going to do something similar again. Now, the worst of the worst, Mayor and Unicorn, we have checked them off the list. I think everyone else here we've really grown to love. And for very different reasons. I love how unique each of their character quests are going to be. But there are people that I feel like would make better marriage partners than other. And we're going to do a couple that I'm like, low to mid on before I do one that I really feel, a connection to. And the first person I'm going to start with was Braca. Now, this is not to say that I don't like Braca. Are you sure about that person? Like really, really sure? I'm sure. I adore Braca. Braca is a great character. He became a great companion. Braca still is a very tough nut to crack. Braca was incredibly standoffish, did not want really anything to do with us. He wasn't like a friend that we made in the beginning. He was a mercenary that we hired to work for us. And he continued to stick to that I'm a mercenary and not a companion shtick for a long time. He even tried to end our contract, and only by being really kind of forceful and persuasive did he even open back up to us. And, Braca is very brash. He's very rude sometimes. Very rude. Especially, he was like really rude to Emo a couple times in some of the story quests. And I also think Braca just really is happy being alone. Braca is a solo mercenary. He just wants to be out on the road, guiding people to safety, and doesn't really want to interact with a lot of people. He's sort of misanthropic in a way. And this is not to criticize Braca, to each their own. I think that there are plenty of people out there in the world that really love that are really happy having people as a life partner that they're not around very often, maybe go on business trips, and the two just enjoy their alone time, love to share their time together when they have it, but also love to have their alone time, and that is fine. So if Braca was the one for you, if you love that, brash, straightforward, attitude, if you love a tough guy that can handle himself, and then you love just being alone all the time, maybe Braca's one for you. But for me, I want a little more warmth and tenderness from my life partner, in-game or otherwise. And so Braca is just really low on the list for me. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, here we go. I'm waiting at the hideout. Braca, I got your letter. If you've got something important to talk about, then come over to my hideout in Argene. We can talk about it there. This is what we're going to do. So this, I believe, is the same thing as before. Memo, Braca replied, 7 to 9 p.m. I really wish it wasn't time-gated. It doesn't really make sense. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Maybe it makes sense in that it's sort of trying to give us a sense that, like, oh, they're busy now. They're not on call to go save the world with us anymore, so they've got their lives to live. And I respect it. So we're going to have to just hang out here and wait. Now, I actually made a goof. I made a goof that I just rectified where I thought that I had started recording this episode and I actually started streaming it. So I don't think anyone actually saw the stream, and I just deleted the video, but I was streaming this and not recording this, and I had the game just sitting here. I was in a staring contest with this girl because I thought it was funny. Can we see who blinks first? I think it was her. And then I just switched over and I was just watching YouTube as we were waiting for the time to tick towards 7 o'clock. I swear that in this process of doing YouTube, I will just make every single mistake that there is to make in the book. So, I mean, nothing egregious, but it is annoying because I wasted 15 minutes just sitting here. I went into my YouTube settings and I changed the streaming key so that I don't ever accidentally do that again. Enough rambling, Unkie. We will use the magic of the YouTubes to jet forward to 7 p.m. and we will kick this Braca quest off in just a moment. All right. It is 7 o'clock. It is time to go explore what marrying Braca will be like. What do we think is going to happen? I don't know. I think he's going to be like, why would you ever want to marry me? Or I don't know. I'm really... Okay, I'll stop fantasizing about it. Let's just see what the young man has to say. Look at him. He's deep in thought. He's wondering what's going to happen next. Oh, you're here, Unkie. I know you have something important you want to talk about, but I'm sorry. That flying bug you sent to give me this letter totally spilled the beans. Ah! You shouldn't send such a liability to deliver letters containing important information. Be careful next time, okay? Anyway. Are you certain? I want you to be my life partner. You give Braca a promise ring. You're the only one to ever ask me such a question. You know that? Unkie, you should know better than anyone that I threw away everything for the sake of revenge. Ever since Amadeus stole everything from me, it's all I've lived for. Are you really sure you can spend the rest of your life with someone like that? I wouldn't have asked otherwise. I'm not perfect either. That implies that like the choice he made was somehow like a character flaw, and I don't think it was. I think it was just the call he made out of revenge. I don't know. I wouldn't have asked otherwise. Yeah. You're not listening. I'll say it again. I am not a decent man. I have lived my entire life pursuing revenge. So are we getting a little bit of a doubt, a little bit of regret from Braca here in the choices that he's made? And now he doesn't feel like he's worthy of love and worthy of a life partner? This is interesting. I can't live a normal life. That's why you'd be better off asking someone else. It's for your own good. I love this. I love that he said it like that because this is how so many people often, I don't know if this is the right term, but emotionally bypass. They're like, no, this is for your own good that you don't want to marry me. And it's like, actually, you're the one rejecting me here because you don't think you deserve this. I am not a fool. I am not out here just asking anyone willy-nilly. Well, I am in the meta of the game, but in this moment, no, I am serious. I want to marry you. I've thought about this. So you can't tell me what's for my own good. I know that better than anyone. You're wrong. There is no one else. Oh, I love that. I love that. Unkie, I want to be your partner. Huh. Of course, I'd forgotten what kind of person you are. Persistent. We wouldn't be this close to Braca if we weren't so persistent. I mean, I guess you could have roleplayed this game in the sense that when he's like, I'm terminating our contract, I don't want to ever speak to you again, and then you just let him be and never pursued him. That would have been a valid playthrough, right? You were like, okay, fine, you want me to leave you alone? I'll leave you alone. But not us. We were like, no, we're here for you. No matter how hard I try to push you away, even when I've lost my way, you would always come running to stand by my side. Okay. I'll be your partner. I'll be whatever you want, at least until you get bored of me. Oh, Braca, we would never get bored of you. Life with you is never dull, huh? It's almost too much. But that ain't so bad. That was sweet. That was really sweet. You spend some pleasant time with Braca. Welcome home, Braca. Memo complete. And now here he is, my betrothed. Oh, let's see what he has to say. I said it before, but just because I've moved into your place doesn't mean I'm going to adjust to your lifestyle. My lifestyle, my choice. Ain't changed it then, ain't changing it now. Which means you're free to do whatever you like. That should make life nice and easy for the both of us. Well, that's kind of what we expected. I expect you to be out and about a lot. Okay, we have to get the hello goodbye voice lines. Let's see.
Be careful out there.
So sarcastic. I love it. Okay, let's see what he says when we come home.
Oh, you've got my back out there, right?
Yeah.
I'm counting on you.
Of course I've got your back out there. Okay, so that is, I think, the one when we just encounter him, but we kind of cut off the...
Be careful out there.
It's so funny. Okay, let's see what he says when we come in.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, you're back. So sarcastic. Guard up until the end. Okay, well, that was charming.
Be careful out there.
Be careful out there. That was charming. I loved it. Okay, on to the next one. All right, here we are. For the next character that we are going to explore the marriage of, I actually am sort of doing this in a, I don't know, I don't really have an order as to what I'm doing this. I know that for each one of these episodes, I want to do somebody I wouldn't marry, somebody I absolutely would marry, but there are a couple characters that are kind of just like falling in the middle where I don't have, like, before I say this, obviously I care so much about each of the characters, but in terms of like making a really intimate bond that feels like a marriage bond as opposed to just a friend bond, right? Like, I don't even think of, I think of Unicorn as a friend. I think of Mayor as like an acquaintance, right? Braca, again, I explained, I think of him as a friend. The next person I want to explore is Shrika. Now, I don't feel this like intimate, deep marriage level bond with Shrika. What I feel when I think about Shrika is I have just an incredible, immense amount of respect for Shrika. I think that Shrika as a person is one of the most determined, hardworking, powerful, dedicated people in the whole game. I mean, if anyone was going to just fall into misery and despair because of the experiences that they have had in this game, it would be Shrika. Shrika's father figure and head of their church turned out to be a town-eating monster who she had to kill. Did that break her resolve in terms of her faith in the church? No. Incredible, because she believed so deeply in the principles that were being taught and was able to separate that from the messenger. That's incredible. And then to have her brother turn on her and try to completely destroy everything she'd worked to build. I mean, she had almost no one, but she stuck by her beliefs and her principles so strongly. She also had this incredible task of trying to reform the church into less of a authoritarian organization and to more of this, guiding, principled, place of spiritual refuge.
Take it easy.
Incredible. I think Shrika is incredible, and I admire her. I admire Shrika so much. But in all of that, frankly, it doesn't leave a lot of room for us. Now, what am I doing right now? I actually just had this idea, and I want to go explore it. I might cut this out. But we also found out that the church was basically... Oh, I love this outfit so much. I love the fairy wing. The church was actually just... Is it this? Seed of the Stone season? Chilled confinement? Where is the freaking robot that was the actual head of the church? The prophet, right? Remember the prophet was just an AI that Kierkegaard was basically just exploiting? Where is that thing? I kind of want to go talk to it. right now. Since we're talking about Shrika, let's see. Is it here? Chilled confinement? Nope. This is the Floss Indulgentia flower bed. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, it's got to be at the very end then, I guess. Seat of the Stone of Seasons. Is it in here? Yeah. I guess there's be no reason to think it's anywhere but the end. No, this is where we killed Kierkegaard. Okay, where is the AI? Is it back one? Oh, yeah, here we go. Can we talk to it? Oh, my God, so creepy. That is terrifying. Why is it inactive? I thought that she was, like, interacting with this thing and talking to it now. Did she destroy it or something? Or maybe it's just it only talks to Shrika and not us. Okay, well, that was kind of fun. That was a fun little exploration. Why don't we head back? We have one more day, I believe, or 2 more days until we get a letter. And then we have to do a little more waiting, and then we will come and explore this. I am really interested to see what Shrika has to say. She's so busy. She's so busy running a church and trying to keep that town in order. I don't know when she would have time for us, but you know what? That hasn't stopped any of the other characters so far, so. Oh, right away? I'm coming in. Okay. Good morning. Glad you were awake. I arrived just in time. I love this because of what I was saying. Shrika is so down to business and so hardworking. She got that letter and she didn't dilly-dally at all. She was like, I am there the next morning. We're going to make this happen. This is great. I know it's early, but would you mind getting ready? We should leave right away. But it's so, where are we going? Isn't it obvious? We're going to the temple. Oh, we're going to get married in the temple? What are you waiting for? We have a busy day ahead of us. Yes, I need to reintroduce you to the priesthood properly. Come on, there's no point in wasting time with idle banter here. We need to get moving. Okay, this is so good. This is so good. I love this so much. She's like, well, we're making him a priest and we're getting married. Deal with it. Oh, that's funny. Sorry to keep you waiting. There was a lot to prepare. What's about to happen? We're gonna get married, ding dong. What do you mean, what? Oh dear, do you mean to say you don't know? Apologies, that was careless of me. I'm a missionary. Before becoming a life partner, we must take part in the ceremony of vows. How'd you know about that? I don't remember writing about that. Well, bro, you're not the only one getting married here. Oh, of course. I suppose I should explain first. When you wrote saying we had something important to discuss, well, I must say it piqued my interest. Fortunately for me, that fairy you sent was looking for any excuse to spill the details. Flamo cannot keep her mouth shut to save her life. I have no objections to becoming your partner. So I began preparations right away. I love this, the matter-of-factness of it. She's like, yes, this makes sense. I will incorporate you into the fold. This is what I'm talking about. Was that wrong of me? No, it's wonderful. I was just a little surprised is all. I'm sorry. I can be rather compulsive. I'd like to start on something the moment I have set my mind to it. So when I learned that someone like you wanted to be my life partner, I was relieved. No, those aren't the right words. Oh God, is this going to get me emotional? It would be, I would have become inhuman if at least a couple of these didn't make me emotional. Here we go. You see, I feel I am often misunderstood by those around me. They say I sacrifice too much. Seat says much the same himself when I spoke to him about assuming the role of matriarch. But that isn't how I feel in the slightest. If there is any way I can help, then I will do anything in my power to do so. This is why I love Shrika so much and I have so much respect for her. And this is interesting. Okay. I love this because remember we were saying like, oh, she's so busy and she's so hardworking. There's like no room for us. But that's who she is as a person. Look at our little prayer, our little ceremony people lined up and ready. I wonder if they're characters we've interacted with in the past. It would be fun to talk to them. You know, of course, this is just who she is. She's mega super type A person, and she's got to be busy. This is her life's work. But that doesn't mean she doesn't want a life partner. She doesn't want to share her life with somebody. But everyone around her is like, oh, you're too busy. You sacrifice too much. You make no room for everyone. And she's like, well, that's not how I feel. I can't be anything other than this. So for us to come to her and validate that part of her by saying, we love you so much and we love who you are so much that we want to be your life partner must be the greatest feeling in the world for Shrika. Oh, okay. I don't sacrifice any part of myself. I simply do what I want to do. Yes, this is what I'm saying. I know that. I see you. And I'm glad that you do. I want to accomplish great things. You already do. Honestly, I wonder if what I want to accomplish can be done by one person alone. Well, guess what? I'm here to help. That's what life partners are for. But I do not intend to give up. Which is why I want to be with someone who I can trust to take care of me. Yes, someone I can encourage and who will encourage me in return in times of trouble or loss. Someone like you. I love this story so much because it even is showing me at the beginning, like when I first started talking about Shrika and I had all this respect for her, that even I misunderstood Shrika to a degree. Which is why Unkie, I want you to become my life partner. I was going to ask that. I can't think of anyone else to be mine. I love that. Thank you. Although now that I think about it, wasn't it you who raised the subject? Yeah, check out what I got in my pocket. How inconsiderate of me. I dragged you all the way to the temple without saying a word. Priestess, Sister Shrika, Unkie, it is time. Let's get married. Already? Could you wait just a moment longer? Understood. I know this is all rather sudden, but are you ready to take... Excuse me. Are you ready to take part in the ceremony of vows? You give Shrika a promise ring. You came prepared. Of course I did. Thank you. I promise to look after you until the end of days. Ugh, I could sob. Are you ready? You join Shrika in the ceremony of vows. We don't get to see the ceremony? Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Well, that sucks. Okay, not to take away from everything that just happened because it was delightful, but it would have been so cool to see the actual ceremony and the exchanging of vows. Come on. Ugh. Oh, well. What can you do? What can you do? My room is rather sparse, but I should still bring over what possessions I do own. Oh, don't worry about helping me. My belongings, my responsibility. No, our belongings, our responsibility, my love. More importantly, you should introduce me to the one in charge of Leth. We can do that another day, though. She's talking about the mayor, I assume. We will be living under their grace, after all. I have only been here on business, so I don't know the area well. Is that all we have to chat about? So back to work. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's get the leaving and coming voice lines.
Bye now. I pray for your divine protection.
Yes, please. I pray for your divine protection. I love it. Okay, what a wonderful person. What? She's not here? Oh, did she go back to work? Is she like off at the church? Okay, well, maybe she'll be here in the evening. Of course she's not going to hang out in the house all day. That would be ridiculous. Okay, well, what are we going to do then? I guess we're just going to wait till evening and see if she's here, because I do want to get a couple more of those voice lines. Let's do it. Okay, it's evening time. I wonder if Shrika has come back home after her hard day's work. Let's find out. Do you think she takes the airship? I wouldn't mind if she took Jumper. I think that Shrika riding Jumper off to Argene is the cutest thing in the world.
Welcome back.
I'm glad you're safe and well.
Oh, I love that so much.
We're both just humans. I don't know what you think, but I feel calm around you for some reason.
Oh my gosh. This is so sweet. Okay, well, Shrika just jumped way up on the character that I would love to marry scale because of that whole thing. I mean, really, when you think about her stories, her story was so powerful and impactful, and she was such a character of hard work and resolve. But to get a tender side of Shrika in this whole little side journey that we've done has really warmed me to her in a way that I totally didn't expect. I really, really love this. Okay, how fun. How fun. Well, doesn't change how I feel and who.
Bye now. I pray for your divine protection.
Thank you. It doesn't change how I feel about who I want to have as my endgame marriage character, but I really, really adored that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, on to the next one. Let's see who it's going to be. I think we'll pick a character that I absolutely adore. One of my favorite characters in the whole game. One of the best stories, character side quest stories. Enough of me rambling about it. Let's just get into it. Okay. All right. This is actually another day for me at IRL that I am recording. So forgive me if the pacing or my tone or something changes just a little bit. But I believe we ended with the last thing with me very excited about the next one. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get into this because this character I adore. I think almost more than any other character. We're going to do Dianthus's. Dianthus's character story quest blew me away. Yes, I could not be more sure about marrying Dianthus. I really think a lot about, so I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Early Star Trek, I don't watch a lot of the newer series. I don't have every streaming service. I don't need to be paying $100 for a bunch of shows that I'm not watching. That being said, I'm a huge fan. A huge fan. What are we clipping through here? Is that like it's the flowers. That's funny. I'm a huge fan of like Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Voyager. And Dianthus's character arc gives me, it's kind of like a combination between Data from Star Trek The Next Generation vibes, but I think 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager. And if you don't know who we're talking about, Data is an android that was created. He had no emotion, so he was purely logical. He was sort of the Spock character of Star Trek The Next Generation, but he desperately wanted to be human and explored what it meant to be human as his personal story arc through a lot of the show. Very fascinating, very fun. And they developed it more. He eventually got an emotion chip anyways. But in Star Trek Voyager, which was kind of ran concurrently with Deep Space Nine in like season 3 or 4. They basically pull a part of the Borg collective. They separate it from the Borg and return her to individuality. And she starts out as like really bitter, angry about that whole process, but has to rediscover her humanity. And it becomes such a fascinating story. Dianthus's story arc here gives me that, but without Dianthus's story arc gives me that same sort of vibe, but in a way that's so much more touching than I think Star Trek ever did, because Star Trek was always trying to explore the deeper meaning behind everything. Star Trek was trying to boil down human existence to a set of ethics, a set of like what like fundamental truths about reality. And Dianthus' story is different in that in trying to understand the human heart, Dianthus discovered that she herself had a heart. Maybe not a human heart because she's an omen, but truly found her heart and maybe her own sense of self. Meet me inside the airship. I confirm receipt of your letter. It sounds like you have something serious to discuss with me. I suggest we talk about it at the airship. Please stop by in the evening if that works for you. Oh, it does. And it was wrapped in such a personal story. You know, I mean, you were there. Dianthus basically makes a friend and then immediately loses this friend. And in that process, discovers what it means to care about somebody, discovers what it means to value an individual as something unique and distinct. It was so touching. I mean, it was the first time in this, I know, did that happen before we thought Arya was going to die or after? I don't know. It was one of the moments that, I mean, really, I had to do a lot of editing because I was so emotional. I was just behind this microphone crying, and I had to whoa, where are you going? You want a pet? I had to re-record and just edit out all the parts where I was falling apart, and I think it was so well done. And it wasn't about like, it started out as like an intellectual inquiry about what it means to be human and to have a heart, and became what my heart is to me. And it was beautiful. And so let's think about marrying Dianthus and what that would mean. Well, that process didn't just finish itself. I guess I'm just hopping around trying to maybe pass the time kind of fast here. It's not like that process ended. I'm sure that personal exploration is still a huge priority for Dianthus. At least I would hope so. So imagine being able to be there with someone as they're discovering that process, and being able to be a caring, loving, nurturing companion for all that. I mean, how unique and beautiful and cool. I love it so much. And I would love to just come home to Dianthus and hear her delightful voice lines every single day. It's so cool. I don't even know if I can do the whole thing justice, but I'm so excited to do this. And I wonder if it's gonna, give me tears again. I really don't know. Anyways, why don't we?
The veggies are simply bursting to be harvested.
There are no veggies to speak of over here, you silly fairy. Why don't we just wait? Oh, what a beautiful vista. Why don't we just wait? We've passed the time. I've rambled enough. I'll see you in a second. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's go say hi to Dianthus. Bye-bye. Hasn't Dianthus been up on the space station, like working on a new project this whole time? Okay, here we go. Hi, Unkie. You said you wanted to talk? Shall we head to the deck? Ooh, let's head to the deck. So good that we're on the deck. A evening star setting. This is beautiful. It's unusual for you to ask me a favor, though. It's always been you helping me until now. I will do my best to help you in any way I can. It's not what this is about. Oh, it's not a favor? What is it then? I'd like you to be my life partner. You give Dianthus a promise ring. I see. That's what this is about. Of course, I am aware that humans have this custom, but Unkie, I am not a human. If you think about it, it would be extremely difficult for me to accept such a proposal. I am what your people call an omen. Yes, we know what you are. I would never be able to assimilate with humans and adjust to your lifestyle. So I must turn down your proposal. Oh, Shrug. Would it be so hard to assimilate? What would be the difficulty? We could make it work. However, there is a part of me that doesn't want to. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Dianthus' budding heart. What is this sensation? This is what I think would be so cool to explore with this character as a life partner. Ooh. What would be... There's so many options. Would it change the dialogue if we picked different ones? I'm so curious. What is this feeling? Love, friendship, camaraderie, a bond, affection, trust? I mean, it's a bond. It's certainly a bond. All of those other things imply a form of a bond. Is that what you would call it? I started to feel the sensation when I first met you. I've learned about emotions from human data, but... even so, this feeling I have for you could fall under several categories. Therefore, I am not certain that I can return your feelings. I'm not sure how to respond. That's okay. Most humans don't understand their own feelings as well, so you're not alone. It is the most human thing in the world to not understand your own emotions, your own feelings. What do you really want? What is that sensation telling you? What does it tell me? Sudden music change. I think I want to see where this feeling takes me. And in the process of strengthening our relationship, I will figure out what this warmth really is. I love that she chose the word warmth. So, Unkie, I accept. I will be your partner. That was quite the 180. Not 30 seconds ago, you were like, nah. In order to understand this new light that shines within me. That was all we could hope for. And to put a name to this feeling. I will embark on this pursuit. And I am sure that the journey will be even better if you're there with me. Ugh. Because that journey is with none other than you. You spend valuable time with Dianthus. Do omens sleep? Welcome home. Dianthus replied, memo complete. Let's talk. There is nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to partners living under one roof. However, as expected for a dwelling crafted by the Ables, it is cramped. But there is a solution. I will share my opinion so that we may come to a suitable conclusion, like always. Okay. I would love actually to find out what she thinks would be the right way to go about addressing the cramped nature of the house. For her, I would love it. She's like, first of all, this giant second floor right here with these silly statues, this just needs to go. Knock the ceiling out, because if you remember, we love giant vaulted ceilings. Also, we're going to add a third and a fourth floor, but it's only going to be one floor. Second, the farm's got to move. The stables need to move because we're building the house out that way. Something like that. Okay, let's get the voice line. Let's see.
Bye.
Bye. So good. Okay. Is it just a hello?
You're back.
Yes, I am. I am
Is
back.
my cooperation needed?
Oh, no, my love. You are fine just as you are. There's okay, hold on. There's dialogue here. I have no issue with you traveling as you please, though I ask that you take care of your health. While I can survive without food and rest, you cannot survive without either, so I worry. Worry is an emotion. Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay, that was so fun and charming. That couldn't have gone any better than I could have wished for. I love it. Bye. That will never get old. Okay, we, Dianthus, let's see. I think that I want to end it there for now. I think that I don't want to do too many of these at once because I don't want to lose I don't want to get saturated in them and then not be able to really, enjoy each of the different, marriage cutscenes, in their own right. So I think we'll end the video right here, my friends. We still have Hein Emo, Aria, Estina, and Cress left on the list. And so I think it'll be about 2 more episodes before we get through all of them. And I look forward to it so much. Thank you so much for watching to the end, my friends. If you get the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. I will respond. I respond to all of them. I love it when you do. I appreciate you so much. I'll bid you farewell, and I really look forward to seeing you next time.